So I went and I saw The Nun over the weekend, and I'll tell you what, if you like The Conjuring, and you like The Conjuring 2, and you like the Annabelle films, and you like movies like Insidious, you're going to love this movie, okay? It had everything that you would want in it. It had tons of jump scares. I'll be honest with you, there were like 6 really good jump scares. I only jumped twice. One of them I saw coming because it was kind of in the trailer. You know, it's a story that takes place in 1952, where a priest and a sister that's not yet a nun, she hasn't taken her vows, have been dispatched to an area where there is like a monastery, and there's nuns, and there's something going on. There was a suicide, and you know, it just they send these two to investigate to see what's going on, and they team up with a local, and then of course, you know, the nun is there. I don't want to give too much away as far as the movie goes, but just to say that, you know, if it ties in really nice. So this all ties into The Conjuring with the Warrens, which were played by Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. And so they were playing the Warrens, and this ties into some of the stuff. I think the nun first appeared in The Conjuring 2 in a hallway scene. So you get more of a backstory about where this entity comes from. I'm going to have another video with expanded thoughts where I will just be spoiling this thing to pieces. So if you want to check that out, you can. Let's see. So Thaisa Farmiga plays Sister Irene, and Jonas Bloquet, I think that's how you say his name. He plays this guy that's nicknamed Frenchie. And then Damien Bashir plays Father Burke. And so we're really following these three. There's not a lot of dialogue I noticed in the film. It's a lot of, you know, suspenseful walking down hallways and not knowing what's behind door number 2 kind of thing. When there is dialogue, a lot of it is in Latin. There's a lot of praying that goes on in this film. And there's a pretty nice blend of CGI effects along with practical effects. I, for one, prefer practical effects over CGI, and there were some scenes in this movie that kind of pulled me out of it, but it didn't take away from the film as a whole. Again, I feel like we're getting to a point with the Conjuring series that they might be beating a dead horse and getting to, like, you know, this one wasn't as good as Conjuring 2, wasn't as good as Annabelle, wasn't as good as the original Conjuring. So I feel like they're starting to get to a point where the franchise, they may want to take a break from it. But the thing is, it did over $5 million on Thursday night. It did $22 million on Friday night, which that's when I saw it with my wife, which it scared her to pieces. She was actually balled up in the chair with her knees up, and she specifically wore a hoodie so that she could turn away if it freaked her out, and there were parts that did freak her out. So again, I think it's a good date movie if you want to get scary. We're getting ready to get into the Halloween season here. Anyway, it's September, and so definitely go see it. It looked like it's pulled in about $54 million worldwide already, which should have covered the budget. The budget was probably about $30 million, I would assume. I haven't seen the numbers on it yet, but rule of thumb, you got to double your budget to break even. So I think that this movie is definitely going to be a hit, and it's going to make a ton of money. Is it the best in this franchise? I would say probably a 6 or a 7 out of 10 is what I would give it. And again, check it out, The Nun. It's in theaters now. It's playing. If you like this little review, you can check out my expanded thoughts where I'm going to spoil it to pieces and just give you all my thoughts on the film. And but this one was really like a nice one just to kind of get you ready for it. But check it out. And if you like this video, you can comment below, you can like this, you can share this on social media, Facebook, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you in the expanded thoughts.